Have you ever noticed how some days everything just clicks? Your mind feels clear, your emotions are steady, and inspiration flows naturally. Yet on other days, no matter your effort, life feels heavy, scattered, and out of sync. This difference isn't coincidence, it's rooted in science, particularly quantum physics and neurobiology. When you understand these dynamics, your relationship with your energy completely changes. High vibration isn't just a temporary feeling or something you force with willpower. It's a measurable and precise state of coherence where your mind, body, and emotions move in perfect harmony. And this level of alignment isn't reserved for spiritual masters or monks on mountaintops. It's accessible to you right now once you learn how to recognize and cultivate it. Most people, however, live in a cycle of reaction and resistance. They wake up already carrying yesterday's stress, replaying the same thoughts that trigger the same emotions, which send the same chemical signals through the body. From a quantum perspective, this isn't just a habit, it's a frequency pattern. Your energy field is always transmitting signals similar to a radio frequency, and these signals are constantly engaging with the surrounding quantum field, shaping what you notice, how you feel, and ultimately what reality you step into. This journey isn't about masking your true feelings or pretending to be joyful. It's about generating coherence, bringing your thoughts, heart, rhythms, and nervous system into a state of unity. Imagine fine-tuning your internal instruments so they emit a steady, resonant, and clear signal. When this internal clarity is achieved, the quantum field responds with synchronicities that feel like more than coincidence. You become a focused observer, not distracted by competing beliefs or conflicting desires. Right now, just take a pause. Notice your own energy. Don't try to alter it. Just feel. Is there a sense of lightness in your body, or perhaps a subtle tension in your chest? Are certain thoughts looping in the background? This simple act of noticing begins the shift. It gently breaks the habitual loops that keep your vibration tied to the same old timelines. In doing so, it opens the door to something new, a stable, coherent signal that the quantum field can attune to and reflect. Here's a perspective you might not have considered. Your vibration doesn't vanish all at once. It fades gradually through tiny decisions to react rather than pause, to tighten rather than breathe, to replay old stories instead of witnessing them neutrally. And when you realize this, you reclaim your power. Because just as your frequency diminishes in small unnoticed moments, it can also be reawakened in micro moments of presence. Tiny flashes of awareness hold the key to rebuilding a powerful energetic signature that reflects who you truly are becoming. Scientific research in neurocardiology reveals a fascinating truth. The human heart generates an electromagnetic field that is significantly stronger than that of the brain. When you reach a state of emotional coherence, when your heart rhythms are smooth and in sync with your breathing, you begin to emit a highly structured, elevated frequency around your body. This isn't poetic language. It's something that can be scientifically tracked and measured. Even maintaining this state for a short time impacts your body's chemistry, relaxes the nervous system, and shifts how the brain perceives and processes your surroundings. In essence, your perception becomes more expansive, less reactive, and more responsive to creative insight. Why is this so important? Because the quantum field doesn't just respond to what you think or say. It reacts to the entirety of your energetic broadcast. You could be repeating affirmations about wealth or joy, but if your body is resonating with anxiety or lack, the message you're transmitting is dissonant. In the language of quantum mechanics, incoherent energy produces unpredictable and often chaotic results, typically the very outcomes you're working hard to avoid. This is why so many people feel drained by the effort of staying positive. They are often unknowingly in conflict with their own energetic state. What you'll discover here is how to end that internal struggle, and not by forcing happiness or silencing real emotions, but by realizing that your real strength is in continuously returning to harmony. This isn't a pursuit of flawlessness. It's a practice of awareness, learning to notice when you slip out of balance and gently guiding yourself back in with time. This becomes second nature, a stable, elevated energetic state that doesn't rely on everything being perfect in your environment. If you've ever observed someone who effortlessly radiates confidence, grace, and magnetism, it's likely they've mastered this coherence. They don't just think with intention. They embody a different vibrational reality. And since the quantum field responds to your full presence, your awareness, your emotions, your focus, your frequency becomes the most powerful influence you can consciously shift. In the next parts of this experience, we'll look at how to condition your nervous system to support higher states of resonance, how a few mindful minutes each morning can set the energetic tone of your day, and how to notice the subtle signs that indicate you're stepping into energetic coherence. Stay with me here. By the end of this exploration, you won't just understand these ideas intellectually. You'll begin to feel what it means to be the calm, consistent witness of your own frequency. And that, more than any affirmation or routine, is what truly reshapes your life to reflect your highest potential. If you're still reading, it likely means a part of you already knows that vibration isn't merely a mood. It's the deep, invisible language through which your body communicates with the quantum field. This isn't just theory, it's physics. Let's begin with a foundational principle that most people never discover. Every experience you encounter exists as a probability until your conscious awareness locks it into reality. In quantum physics, this is called the collapse of the wave function. Until your focus engages with a specific potential, it remains part of a limitless field of possibility. Observation combined with the energetic charge of your emotional state chooses one path and stabilizes it as your lived experience. This isn't a poetic metaphor about thinking positively. It's a real, measurable interaction between consciousness and the quantum structure of space-time. Consider this. Your brain is constantly constructing, predicting, and filtering your version of reality. According to neuroscience, what you perceive isn't direct truth. It's a controlled illusion shaped by memory, habit, and anticipation. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The signals informing this inner reality model don't only stem from your mind. They also arise from your emotional center, your heart, your breathing patterns, body posture, and the electromagnetic field that surrounds you. This is exactly why simply thinking new thoughts while ignoring the state of your body rarely results in true transformation. To make it clear, think of your vibration like a broadcasting tower. Each thought emits a frequency. Each emotion adds a layer of complexity to that frequency. And every choice you make either strengthens or distorts the coherence of your overall energetic broadcast. When all of these components are in sync, you emit a strong, consistent signal. In response, the quantum field organizes itself to reflect that harmony, manifesting as what we call synchronicities. That's why you may find yourself meeting the right person unexpectedly, receiving a random yet perfect opportunity, or feeling drawn toward action that in a lower vibrational state you would have missed. Here's the twist. Most people unintentionally disrupt this process. They believe they must force themselves into a high vibe by reciting affirmations or suppressing negative feelings. But this creates an internal disconnect, a misalignment between thought and felt experience. You might be telling yourself, "I am abundant," while your nervous system is still anchored in fear and survival mode. From the lens of quantum reality, this energetic contradiction sends out a noisy, fragmented signal. It disperses your focus and interferes with the wave, collapsing into your desired outcome. One of the clearest ways to grasp this is through the principle of coherence. Scientists measuring the electromagnetic output of the heart have discovered that elevated emotional states like gratitude, love, and inner peace produce smooth rhythmic waveforms. These waves signal harmony and connection between the heart and brain. The nervous system responds in kind, shifting into a balanced state. On the other hand, stress, worry, or irritation produce erratic spike patterns. These point to Incoherence, internal disharmony that disrupts how you think, feel, and energetically broadcast. This energetic inconsistency doesn't just impact your mood. It clouds the vibrational message you're sending to the field. In this session, you'll begin to notice these fine shifts. You'll see that sustaining a high frequency isn't about forcing positivity. It's about being present with your own state, noticing when coherence breaks and gently guiding yourself back into alignment. Think of it like tuning a musical instrument. The first step is simply recognizing when you're off key. Only then can you begin adjusting your inner frequency. If you're wondering how to start applying this, here's a practical suggestion. The next time you notice yourself tightening, whether it's tension from work, conflict with someone important, or a wave of self-doubt, take a pause. Bring your awareness gently to your heart space. Begin to slow your breath. Notice the narrative your mind is running. Ask yourself, is this the vibration I want to send out into the field? That brief moment of mindfulness gives you a powerful point of choice. And with each decision to return to coherence rather than default reactivity, you strengthen your capacity to hold a stable, elevated frequency, regardless of outer circumstances. Let me be clear, this is not about bypassing discomfort or pretending that life doesn't bring challenges. A high vibration doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means staying grounded in your core state of trust even while moving through complexity. It's knowing that while you may not control every event, you do have power over the energetic signal you send. In response, if this idea feels unfamiliar or if it strikes a deeper chord beyond logic, I invite you to continue with me, because by the end of this experience, you won't just have tools for temporary elevation. You'll understand how to build a sustainable energy pattern that naturally becomes your baseline. And if you're already sensing a small internal shift, tan in a nudge, a feeling like you're starting to remember something that's important, that quiet awareness is a clear sign your system is beginning to align and your field is becoming more harmonious. One of the most overlooked factors in maintaining high vibration throughout the day is how you begin your morning. In those first waking minutes, your brain transitions from theta to beta wave states. During this shift, your subconscious remains highly open and your body hasn't yet activated the usual automatic stress pathways. This short window is your greatest opportunity to establish an energetic foundation for the day ahead. Yet, many people jump into reactivity, checking emails, scrolling through news, or replaying yesterday's concerns. Without realizing it, they cue their nervous system to return to the same familiar patterns that scatter energy and limit clarity. By intentionally creating coherence before stepping into the world, you begin to stabilize your biofield, broadcasting a clear, elevated signal. This isn't just a feel-good morning. Habit. It represents a measurable transformation in the electromagnetic rhythms of both your heart and your brain. In this video, I'll walk you through one foundational practice you can begin using tomorrow. It's simple, but the effects multiply with consistency. This method is known as heart coherence breathing, and it has been researched in depth by institutions such as the HeartMath Institute. The concept is straightforward. By slowing your breath and directing your focus toward the heart center, you bring the autonomic nervous system into harmony. And this balance forms the biological basis for sustained high vibration. Here's how to begin. As soon as you wake up, before checking your phone or getting out of bed, gently place a hand over the center of your chest. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Begin by simply observing your natural breath. No need to alter it right away. Just notice the inhale and exhale as they move through your body. Then, gradually guide your breathing into a slower, more even pace around 5 seconds. To inhale, 5 seconds to exhale. As your breath settles into this rhythm, start to visualize breathing in and out through your heart space. With every inhale, imagine drawing in calm, restorative energy. With every exhale, release tension, stress, or inner noise. Once this rhythm is established, gently evoke a positive, renewing emotion. This could be appreciation for someone in your life, a moment where you felt completely at ease, or a simple sense of gratitude for being alive and present. Allow that feeling to expand in your chest and radiate outward. Practicing this for just 3 to 5 minutes begins to synchronize your breath with your heart rhythm, a state known as cardiac coherence. This is a scientifically observed harmonized pattern that stabilizes your entire system. Your brain enters a more structured wave state. Hormonal regulation improves. Your electromagnetic field becomes clearer and more unified. What does this mean in real-world terms? You're creating an inner climate where high frequency states like clarity, emotional strength, and creative flow become more accessible throughout your day. It's essential to grasp why this matters from a quantum standpoint. Your heart's coherent field isn't confined within your body. Scientific studies reveal that it extends outward several feet, interacting with the energetic environment and people around you. This explains why you may notice different reactions from others when you enter a space feeling grounded and centered. It's not about having good vibes or being charismatic. It's about energetic coherence. This simple practice also transforms how you meet challenges. Starting your day anchored in heart coherence makes you less likely to fall into habitual survival modes. Instead of reacting with stress or agitation, you become more capable of observing situations calmly and responding with intention from a quantum lens. This is how you hold a clear broadcast stone. that helps turn potential outcomes into aligned realities. And remember this: practice isn't about forcing positive emotion. It's about creating a physiological state where elevated feelings can emerge naturally. You're not manipulating your mindset. You're setting the internal conditions for harmony. This becomes the energetic base for high-frequency living. If you're wondering how long it takes to feel the benefits, the answer is reassuring. Research suggests that even just 3 minutes of heart-focused breathing can shift your biology for several hours. The more often you do it, the more your nervous system adapts, making this balanced state easier to access even in stressful moments. This is why I recommend approaching it not as a one-time technique, but as a daily morning ritual, a way of affirming to yourself and to the quantum field: today, I choose coherence first. Over time, you'll find that the situations that used to trigger reactive responses begin to lose their emotional grip. You'll feel more centered, more focused, and more attuned to what truly matters. In the next part of this exploration, we'll look at how to hold that elevated frequency while navigating the ups and downs of daily life. Because it's one thing to feel aligned during a quiet morning routine and quite another to stay grounded when the day gets chaotic. But you'll discover that with a few small adjustments, your inner coherence can become the most stable force in any environment you encounter. Stay with me. The field is always attuned to your signal, and the frequency you choose to transmit today is already influencing the probabilities that shape your future. While it's powerful to begin your morning in an aligned state, many people notice their coherence starts to fade as the day unfolds. A wave of emails, unexpected problems, or simply the energetic pull of others can knock you off center. Without a way to manage these shifts, you'll likely fall back into familiar habits and reactive loops that have been reinforced over time. That's why maintaining your vibration isn't about shielding yourself from stress. It's about developing the ability to return to alignment quickly and consistently regardless of the circumstances. You might be surprised to learn that some of the biggest shifts in your energy don't come from major breakthroughs. They come from what you do in tiny in-between moments. Neuroscience refers to these as state shifts. The subtle changes in your body, breathing, and mental focus as you move between situations. The key is learning to recognize when you've drifted from coherence and having simple tools to recalibrate. Imagine this: you're working on something important and suddenly you receive unexpected criticism. Immediately your heart rhythm becomes disordered. Your breath may tighten and your thoughts shift into defense mode. From a quantum perspective, your broadcast becomes erratic, a signal laced with fear, resistance, and tension. This isn't something you can override just by thinking positively, but you can disrupt the loop through mindful awareness. One of the most effective methods is called the micro reset. It requires no private space, no fancy gear, and no one else's involvement. Here's how to use it. The moment you sense tension rising, stop. For a moment. Relax your shoulders. Feel the support beneath you. Whether it's the chair, the floor, or the earth itself, take a slow, conscious breath. Let your exhale last slightly longer than your inhale. Then bring your awareness back to the heart space and recall just briefly the feeling you cultivated during your morning ritual. Gratitude, peace, or openness. This simple gesture works on multiple levels. It interrupts the automatic stress response, slows down cortisol production, and restores the coherent rhythm in your heart that signals safety and balance to your brain. And notice, this isn't about forcing yourself to be positive. You're not forcing anything. You're simply stepping outside the automatic loop long enough to reconnect with who you are when you're no longer in survival mode. Over time, these micro resets help form a new default setting. Your nervous system becomes conditioned to return to coherence more easily and with less resistance. There's another essential aspect of sustaining a high frequency state: how you manage your focus. Most people allow their attention to be pulled in countless directions. Notifications, distractions, mental reruns of past events. Every time you let your focus fragment, you lose energetic coherence. This is why you might feel drained by the end of the day. Even if nothing particularly stressful occurred, you've unintentionally scattered your energy field through divided attention. 2. Reverse this. Try cultivating presence in single task moments. When you're working, be fully engaged in your task. When you're eating, just eat. When you're in a conversation, offer your complete attention. This simple focus practice not only preserves energy, but also strengthens the brain's ability to hold the coherent patterns associated with elevated vibration. From a quantum point of view, this focus enhances the purity of your energetic broadcast, making it easier to magnetize outcomes aligned with your chosen frequency. You might also find it helpful to establish small anchor rituals throughout your day. Brief moments that bring you back into awareness. For instance, each time you wash your hands, take one intentional breath and mentally affirm I am energy. When moving between spaces, pause at the threshold and reconnect with a sense of gratitude, choosing once again the frequency you wish to embody. Though these actions are simple, over time they reshape your nervous system's habitual responses, making coherence feel like your natural state rather than something you need to force. And remember, this is not about maintaining a constant state of calm perfection. It's about recognizing when you've drifted from alignment and choosing to return. That's the real difference between those who maintain a high vibration, and those who feel tossed around by external events. High vibe. Individuals don't avoid obstacles, they develop the skill of recalibration. Before we continue with the next part of this journey, I invite you to engage in this process right now. Ground your intention in action by writing a simple phrase in the comments. I am energy. This is more than a string of words. It's a signal to your own field, a conscious declaration that you're becoming an active observer and creator of your reality. When you type those words, pause to feel them resonate in your body. Let it be a subtle, meaningful act of coherention. The quantum field will mirror back in ways that may surprise you. Stick with me, because in the next part we'll dive into how to shield your energy from outside interference. Sure, how to cultivate a personal field that not only preserves your vibration but amplifies it, no matter where you are or who you're around. By now you've likely realized that high vibration isn't a fixed state to be achieved. It's a dynamic living practice. There's another dimension we need to explore if you truly want to carry this elevated frequency throughout your day. Energetic protection. Not in the defensive sense of shielding yourself from some external threat, but rather as the intentional creation of a stable or coherent energetic field around you, one that naturally filters out anything that's out of sync with your chosen state. From a quantum science lens, this isn't mystical. It's measurable. Every living organism emits an electromagnetic signature, and the human heart is responsible for the most powerful one. This field extends well beyond your physical body and interacts with the greater energy field of your surroundings. When your heart field is in coherence, when your breath, emotional state, and nervous system are harmonized, it acts like an energetic boundary. Others can sense it. Environments respond to it. And without needing to protect yourself from fear, you automatically deflect energy that isn't in alignment with your vibration. So, how do you consciously generate this field of energetic protection? One of the most powerful methods is a blend of visualization and somatic presence. Let's try it together right now. Either close your eyes or soften your gaze. Bring your focus back to your heart center. Begin breathing deeply and steadily as we've done before. Now, with each inhale, picture yourself pulling golden light into your chest. A soft, glowing energy that nourishes and strengthens you. With each exhale, feel this light expand outward, forming a luminous, gentle field that surrounds your entire body. Visualize this golden energy as a living shield, not a rigid wall, but a responsive and intelligent field that welcomes what uplifts you and quietly repels what doesn't serve your coherence. As you hold this image, notice what physical sensations begin to emerge. Perhaps there's warmth in your chest or a tingling in your arms or fingertips. These are real somatic responses. Your body is reacting because your biofield and nervous system are highly responsive to focus and intention. And from the quantum view, the consistent focus of your awareness starts collapsing probability into tangible reality. Your protective field isn't just imagined. It becomes a functional influence that affects both how you feel and how others respond to your presence. This practice does more than offer a feeling of inner safety. It shifts how you engage with the world. Stressful encounters will have less power over you. The emotional charge of those around you becomes easier to witness without internalizing. You begin to act as an anchor of stability and energetic constant in any space you occupy. There's also scientific evidence to support this. Studies on heart rate variability and electromagnetic field synchronization have shown that individuals in coherent heart-aligned states can impact others. Sometimes even from a distance, your energetic field becomes like a tuning fork, subtly encouraging coherence in those around you. This is why deeply grounded individuals can shift the emotional climate of a room without even speaking. And here's what matters most. This protection isn't about resisting or retreating from life. It comes from emitting such a clear, steady signal that anything dissonant simply moves around you, unable to take hold. You're not guarding yourself from life. You're embodying your frequency so powerfully that it speaks for you. You're radiating energy in such a steady, coherent way that discordant frequencies simply lose relevance to your internal state. I invite you to bring this visualization into everyday transitions before a meeting, while stepping into a crowded room, or even during your commute. All it takes is a breath or two to reconnect with that golden energy field. And the cumulative impact over time is powerful. You'll begin to notice that things which used to deplete you now pass through without leaving a trace. Triggers that once pulled you off center are now met by your grounded presence. In the next phase of this journey, we'll integrate everything you've practiced. You'll be guided through a short, powerful exercise to help you embody and stabilize your elevated frequency. And you'll receive an invitation to continue deepening this practice within a supportive conscious community. Let's keep going. Your coherence is not just a personal transformation. It's a ripple that positively impacts the space around you. Now that you've explored how to raise and protect your frequency, the next step is integration. This means grounding it into something physical and repeatably an embodied practice you can come back to whenever you sense yourself falling into old habits of reactivity, anxiety, or doubt. Because high vibration isn't a goal you hit once and walk away from. It's something you nurture continuously in each breath, in each moment. To help lock this in, I'll walk you through a simple guided practice. If possible, find a Comfortable place where you won't be interrupted for the next few minutes. If you're multitasking, that's okay. Just let these words wash over you and feel whatever arises naturally. Gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Place one hand over the center of your chest, connecting with your heart space. Take a slow breath in through your nose, feeling your abdomen gently expand. Exhale through your mouth, releasing tension from your shoulders, jaw, or forehead. Continue breathing slowly and evenly, letting your awareness drop into your body. Now visualize the golden field you practiced earlier, a radiant, shimmering light surrounding you. With each inhale, imagine this light growing larger, more vibrant, and more structured. With every exhale, feel it anchoring, becoming a living, stabilizing presence that moves with you throughout your day. As you hold this image, silently affirm to yourself, I am the observer. I am the field. I am the frequency. Feel those words not just as thoughts, but as a vibration resonating within your body. You're not separate from the quantum field. You're an active expression of it, a conscious agent shaping probability into reality. The state you choose right now isn't limited to how you feel inside. It's the signal you're broadcasting, guiding what materializes next. Stay here for a few steady breaths. Feel your own presence. Maybe it feels grounded, warm, calm, or expansive. There's no right way to experience this. Simply being aware is enough. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Notice how your awareness has shifted. Perhaps it feels more centered, softer, or more alert. This is what coherence feels like. This is high vibration embodied in form. And this is the invitation I want to leave with you. Keep coming back to this practice. And not because you need to be flawless or maintain a constant state of bliss, but because every time you choose alignment over old reactive habits, this elevated frequency becomes more and more natural to you. Eventually, you'll find that you're no longer trying to stay high. You simply are. It becomes your baseline. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that you're not walking this path alone. There's a growing movement of people committed to exploring the bridge between consciousness and science. Individuals choosing to be empowered participants in the quantum field rather than passive bystanders. If something stirred within you during this experience, maybe a sense of recognition, a deep resonance, or even a flicker of curiosity, I warmly invite you to take the next step and join this field of exploration. Subscribing is more than a way to get new content. A way to step into a collective of shared intention, inquiry, and expansion. Inside this space, you'll be able to deepen your practice, ask meaningful questions, and connect with others who are also choosing presence, coherence, and conscious living. If this invitation feels right to you, go ahead and subscribe now and know that each time you return here, whether to listen again or explore something new, you are reinforcing the energy you wish to embody. Thank you for being here, for your attention, for your willingness to form a new relationship with your own energy and inner signal. The field is always responding, and each moment you choose coherence, you're not just transforming your own life, you're contributing to the collective vibration that shapes our shared world. So stay steady, stay open, and remember this: always, you are energy,